There's still a healer. But you were saying about pickoff.
Yeah, the Cho's still there. If they want to match, they have decent burst. The Khalid! I was thinking of this earlier, but then I wasn't sure if it was doing too well in the recent matches.
Well, I think at least for BGT's side.
Yeah, the enhanced basic attack latched onto the Phobius. That's why he got dragged under tower.
Okay, OP's already level 4 now, so they might want to go for this.
They've caught Identity, forcing him to flicker away. His Purify's not back up as Wadu flickers forward and Detective secures the first turtle of this game. XE, don't go back in. They're just gonna walk. They just need to walk away. Oh, he dodges back in, hoping that Wacker is gonna get back into the fight. He gets on top of OP, but doesn't hit anything. Even with the Spear of Destruction, this could be an opportunity as he gets back in, Zing! Getting a free assist. First blood going over to CFU.
Yep, there probably was a call right there. Oh, but they're still going for it. Does XE survive this though? He's all alone.
He shouldn't survive it, but he's gonna try anyway! Detective locks him down just in time. 2-0, first 2 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is the fact that XE, he's going for that full tank build, right? He's not looking to eventually build into that war axe. He needs to just peel for his team. And that's great for Detective specifically, because as soon as he got that Dreadnought armor, he was taking no damage.
Thinking that maybe that also could have been the bait. Could that have been part of the plan? Identity?
Oh, he's gone.
Yikes.
Can't do anything. No Purify, but Retribution was used by Detective, though. RX having to use the Blazing Duet. At least Wacker is nearby just in case, and thankfully this allows Cosway to get a buff for himself, as now the turtle gets contested. They're posturing. Wait for it, wait for it. Wacker, he's looking for an opportunity to try and steal this away, but it looks like XE having to use his ult to get in the middle of the fight. Tsunami Slam as well into the Feather Airstrike, landing on to 3. They've lost 2, and now the Spear of Destruction. No assist just yet, as Boxy forced into an awkward position. The Oki Shadow Kill is good, and Wadu manages to survive. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of CFU Gaming.
I'm also starting to see here the potential of Boostgate Esports finding a big turnaround around minute 8, minute 9.
Oh, okay. The Raging Sandstorm was committed. Now the Tsunami Slams, the Feather Airstrike does get canceled out. They can fully turn their attentions here. The taunt onto RX, but XT able to peel just in time. The Blazing Duet was good, and Boxy ends up dying as the Oki Shadow kills next to fall. Sing alongside with Detective must peel. Abraser's Wrath doesn't connect in time. OP finds XT as RX takes out Detective. It is an even trade, 6-3, but CFU still hold on to that lead.
Renmar was just talking about it.
Yeah.
That turnaround play came a bit too early for Boostgate Esports here. Hold on, Sing.
Oh, whoa! No!
He knew he messed up.
Yeah.
He knew he messed up, and that Spirit of Destruction, really, all of it.
To come from Boxy just yet, because he just used it. And he took that opportunity, and everyone else from Boostgate Esports followed.
Now, we sit on this turtle once again. XE has been great, but Wadu jumping early with Bravest Fighter, allowing XE to get into the middle of the fight. Now with the Numenor Blood already out of the way, and the Feather Airstrike Detective takes the turtle. Purify already coming through. Boxy forced to run, flickers off. All ults being utilized. And you can see that Detective wasn't able to get in close for the Appraiser's Wrath.
Yeah.
Very quick for Detective Wadu and Boxy to feel the pain that the Claude can dish out on them. Now Boostgate is eyeing the tower up top.
Boxy, he needs to cancel this. Oh, he doesn't have enough time. It's too late. Identity takes him out with a Feather Airstrike, as we already see the Pulse pulling him back. Is he gonna take it? Is he gonna take it? We're thinking about it. He does! And now XE in the middle of the fight getting reset after reset, as Identity is thinking he wants to get these contacts, but it's too late. It's already one down, and Identity soon to fall after. Can RX get his PMI back up? No! Flicker into the Land Shatterer. Nicely played by Wadu.
Wadu coming in just in time.
Yeah, they held, Wadu and Detective held the BMI too well. There was no way RX could have walked back to or could have went back to that BMI, so he had no other choice but to walk. But Wadu, with the flicker still available, was able to catch him, and luckily Identity didn't go down too. Oh wait,
They're gonna try for another dive, and it's gonna be very successful, knowing that Wacker has nothing left, and they break open a tier 1. How far? Make a prediction here, Renmar. How much of a lead are they gonna get off of this? They've already cracked a top tier 1, and Detective is going to start off onto XE's side, and now they instantly cancel out the Feather Airstrike as they jump back into the fight, moving away to try and make sure that the mud in the water is cleared up. Raging Sandstorm onto 3, followed by the Blazing Duet onto 2. Boxy is dead, and now Detective must hold. Oppie and Sing move back. A no contest, turning a 3 into 1.
The Sharks get whacked by Wachter.
And what did Wachter do? Wait a minute, that was close. I've seen way too many instances of that actually happening. Okay.
An odd occurrence.
Okay.
But now, we can take a little bit of a breath, right? What we thought initially was going to turn into a 3, maybe even 4.5k lead, now being swung over entirely.
Yeah, and Wachter, I think he did it twice. Him just using the quick sand guard in front of 3 members of CFU Gaming.
You also see here the reason why Boxy's been falling down real quickly. It took him until now to get his dominance eyes. Of course, he rushes the fleeting time, but then that's not going to do well for you if your team actually doesn't get a snowball lead.
Well, I mean, they had like a 3 to 4, but now the fight continues as the Tsunami Slam has already been Axie finally able to get 1 ult off, but it's not enough as the Feathered Airstrike can't peel enough. The Oki Shadow Kill will trade at least 1 back. Wadu goes down for Axie.
Yeah, and I guess that's what works for them. If they find the targets first, and that's not going to be a problem even if it's XC. We talked about this earlier. If they have enough damage to deal with it, or if they have enough ways to hold him down before he gets to jump again, then that's an immediate -1 for CFU Gaming. Now it doesn't seem like they'll have much of a problem dealing with this Lord.
Okay, a bit of an early release of the traction pulse there by OPB can definitely see the idea, but look at the waves. The waves are not in their favor, and CFU, seeing that Moskov is on the opposite side, they're looking to get some posture, some territory here by neutral ground.
Okay.
Very close. I was hoping Wadu would hold the bush a little bit more. No one's resetting this?
I think it's going to reset
There we
no
go.
matter what, because XE's in, Raging Sandstorm. Oh, Flicker as well, with the help of RX in the backline with a feather, already with a feathered airstrike as well, as Wadu is able to take out 2 with RX in between, and now Sing 1v3 already taking out Traction Pulse off the one's Kazue. He goes down, and Sing has done more than enough to close out this fight.
Sting fortunately had the flicker when Wachter and RX decided to go for him. There was the Raging Sandstorm, there was the Blazing Duet, but he was able to flicker behind the wall. And now he's able to re-engage and turn things around.
And now they're trying to close out this game. Tsunami Slam already being used onto Wacker, who can't touch the wave! Not even close! Wipeout City, and CFU will take game 1!
That's how you want to start things off in an elimination BO3 match.
They just go for the safest one.
Like a Phobius? Yeah.
These chains.
Well, it makes sense. You see the Joy, you pick up the Phobius, have the dashes activated through.
As for rough waves, it's going to be a little bit of a dance as Identity tries and holds on to his last 2 shots of the Feathered Airstrike. Wadu still existing, being frustrating as Identity stuns him and moves away. It's going to be an early Purify here from Wadu on top of the concentration, but still, Boostgate Esports takes the very first turtle.
I think that little snapshot is gives me an idea as to why Identity chose not to go for the Purify, because he knows that the cloud can easily come in. He'd rather reposition.
Breath of the Ocean, straight away, full combination with the rough waves. OP finds another kill, and this Feathered Airstrike is looking less and less impactful for the first 4 minutes of this game.
Be able to reach for whoever that is.
I think Boxy was called off, but now this next upcoming fight is about to occur. Concentration has already been gone through as Wadu is trying to peel them off the Ionic Edge. Detective instantly takes out at least Identity. It gets Wachter as well, making it look easy as the entire front line ditches their mid laners. And as you can see, CFU gonna do whatever they want as they chain CC to the ground. Boxy ends up getting disrespected, and finally Detective getting a killing spree. 3 kills for him in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but Boxy standing there in front of Boostgate Esports was so deceptive because it wasn't actually him who was planning to start things off.
The moment you see it Feathered Airstrike, I don't care. They just want to take out the ultimate as soon as possible.
Yeah, and the wings by wings towards the Kadita after. Oh, speaking of the Kadita.
One shot! Alright, item list. We need to see the item list. What's going on here?
Bro, that's busted.
That was so much more damage than I thought it was going to be.
It's Genius Wand Rush, and then he also had Rupture with him.
Oh my goodness. And now we get into the next fight as Wachter. Again, he's already revealed all 4 members. Phantom Steed already coming out. Feathered Airstrike as well. As Zing gets right on top of Identity. Force the flicker away into 3 as Kazue gets kicked right into the middle of the fight. RX takes out Boxy at the very least, and that's gonna be it. Kazue, does he manage to survive? RX takes out Sing as well, and mega kill for Detective Wachter, the final man to fall down as Wadu picks up the skull. 2 for 2 trade.
That shouldn't have been a 2 for 2, but RX stood strong in that bush and got Boxy and Sing.
Yeah, you know what they say about the carry and the claw when it's just a basic attack matchup that we're seeing, and without the blazing duet, RX definitely could have dealt with him all, but hold on, here in the top lane.
The dive, and he's gone. Electrifying beats just to show who's the boss.
I feel so bad for Identity this series. CFU Gaming have not been letting him play.
Yeah. Then it's gonna be all the more difficult that he finds the purpose in this flicker choice. Oh, another flicker.
Really good way of the dragon into the flicker, into the rough waves, petrify, follow up, perfect chain CC as Identity is able to take one and back in Detective, getting a shutdown for himself as XC flickers the wrong direction. No, out of range, unable to pick up the most important kill.
Or did the Dark Wave actually land, but there was just
It
not
did.
enough damage?
Yeah, again, they flickered in different directions here. Blazing Duet!
It's good enough, 50% of their HP in a mid turret down.
Identity and RX couldn't do anything, not even with the amount of range that they had.
Even the MR doesn't feel that great. As Wadu, once again, he's back on the peel. He doesn't mind going toe-to-toe against XC here, especially when Sing is right behind him. Look at that. XC getting put down at 10% of his HP as the Feathered Airstrike is forced out just to save his life. This is going to be a no contest very soon, but look at the position of OP. No, it's about to happen. And now RX trying to live. Electrifying beats was more than enough. And Kadena is out of there. OP, oh my god, he tried to outplay it, but the animation was too long.
Yeah, the passive was there to make sure that OP went down before he could have even casted the rough waves. So now Identity actually picks up the kill, but that's the Lord in the hands of CFU Gaming.
Brother OP, you did not need to enter anymore.
He was...
The detective did the job. He was aight, bro. Okay, fight for the purple buff. Kazooie gets his own.
Oh, they should be able to walk out of here, but now the Feathered Airstrike is being committed as well. The Purify nicely used by Wadu, and he survives the damage despite the empowered autos as he chases them back. Oh no, the mouse turns into the cat. Predator now turned into prey as they hold their ground into the mid lane. Notice that the orange buff is being stolen away as well as getting shoved from the top side. The continuous back and forth. Nobody will give up the territory.
What was that zigzag walk from Wadu that we saw earlier? He was walking side to side and...
Hey, Uranus doesn't walk, he floats.
Oh, he floated zigzag.
Yes.
Attempting his best rendition of Thriller. They even up, especially if they're low.
Oh no, that's a Wind of Nature pickup for Sing as well.
I take it back.
So, might be a bit more confident going in.
Now,
I get it because the Leomord, but I wish he packed Winter Crown instead.
RX, like we saw the mini 1v1s that he's been having with RX, and when it's you're against the carry and it comes to the basic attacks, it's just so hard to win against that. So maybe he's banking on that idea if it ever comes down to that, but does that...
Ouch, ouch.
Ooh, what?
He's gone. Goes forward with BMI right into the Blazing Duet and in straight to the Electrifying Beats. Every ult under the sun, 4 members dead. Didn't even need to do much of my job to make that one happen.
Yeah.
That's the CFU. What a decisive fight.
Boxy making sure that Detective was able to walk out safely too by tanking the turret shots. It might just be it.
There it is. Right at the very end. Unbelievable. CFU, for what looked to be a stalemate, turned it to an overwhelming victory.